conventional deadlift. This one, two very important things. First, being the brace. You want to pretend like you put a belt around your belly button level. You want to press into that belt, almost like it's pressing onto you. It gets tight. Pretending like someone punched you in the gut is another good cue. That brace keeps everything tight through your core, right? So through your front, sides, and back. A lot of people think of that as sucking in your guts because that turns your abs on. That's not what you want to do. You almost want to push your guts out. The second thing is when you stand up, you don't want to have your hips shoot up before you stand up. So what I mean by that is, biggest mistake I see is people's hips shoot up and then they stand up, and then it just turns into kind of a lower back exercise. And that's mainly because people think of the deadlift as a pull. You want to think of the deadlift more as a push. So you're pushing your feet through the ground, you just happen to be holding on to the weight. And if you get a good brace and you're locked in through your shoulder blades, that should be easy to have perfect form. So I get braced, I lock in my shoulder blades, I'm tight through my entire trunk, I sit my butt back, my knees are slightly bent, and I feel comfortable in this bottom position. If somebody asked me to stay in that bottom position for a minute, I could comfortably do that. If you can't say that, then you probably shouldn't be deadlifting off the ground. We'll maybe lift the plate up and do like something closer to a rack pull, or just decrease the range of motion and do a traditional deadlift. You should feel comfortable in that position. Lock through your core, and then you're just gonna push through the ground, pushing through your entire foot, feeling mainly glutes, hamstrings, and then quads, right? So you don't wanna feel that low back. If you feel the low back a little bit, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you mainly wanna feel glutes, hamstrings, quads, pushing through the ground. If you notice that you're getting rounded, right, you wanna think about not pulling your shoulder blades back all the way. You wanna pull them back a little bit, and then you wanna lock your shoulder blades into place. So you still have to move your arms, right, because that angle has to change as you stand up and go down at your shoulder, but the shoulder blades don't really move. They kind of stay in the same spot. And so if you keep your trunk nice and stable, you got the brace, you got your shoulder blades in the right spot, your deadlift